did you know? Alabama's very first permanent state capital wasn't Montgomery at all. It was Cahaba, but after repeated devastating floods, the capital officially moved in 1826, leaving it a ghost town. The famous song America the Beautiful was actually inspired by the stunning views from Pikes Peak in Colorado. Catherine Lee Bates wrote the lyrics after seeing the panorama from its 4,082-meter summit in 1893. Snakes don't have eyelids like we do, so they can't blink. Instead, a clear scale called a brills covers and protects each eye shedding with the rest of their skin. The modern Bibliotheca Alexandrina in Alexandria is a massive cultural hub built near where the ancient Library of Alexandria once stood. Opened in 2002, it can hold up to 8 million books honoring a legendary past. Swedes eat Surstromming, which is fermented Baltic Sea herring known for its incredibly pungent smell. It's typically eaten outdoors during late summer, especially in August. The oldest boxer to ever win a world title was Bernard Hopkins, who was 49 years old. He successfully defended his IBF light heavyweight title in 2014, showing age is just a number. Stepping on Thai currency is a huge no-no, and actually illegal. That's because it features an image of the king, which is considered highly disrespectful. Ever wonder why Missouri is called the Show Me State? It turns out the nickname comes from a speech in 1899 by Congressman Willard Duncan Van Diver, who declared, "I'm from Missouri and you've got to show me." While your fingerprints have about 40 unique characteristics for identification, your iris actually boasts a massive 256 of them. No wonder iris scans are considered one of the most reliable forms of biometric security today. The bustling city of Charlotte, North Carolina, was named after Queen Charlotte of Mecklenburg-Strelitz, the wife of King George III. The town was officially established and named in her honor back in 1768. Canada has the world's third largest proven oil reserves, mostly locked up in Alberta's oil sands. They're estimated to hold around 167 billion barrels of oil, placing Canada right behind Venezuela and Saudi Arabia. Astronauts who returned from the moon said the moon dust smelled exactly like burnt gunpowder. It's a pretty wild detail from the Apollo missions that scientists are still trying to fully explain. You can visit the very ranch of the legendary Buffalo Bill Cody, a true Wild West showman in North Platte, Nebraska. His Scouts Rest Ranch, established in 1878, now serves as a state historical park showcasing his fascinating life and times. The modern bulletproof vest made with Kevlar was invented by Stephanie Kwolek, a DuPont chemist in 1965. She discovered this incredibly strong fiber while working on lightweight material for car tires. New Zealand generates over 80% of its electricity from renewable sources like hydrogeothermal and wind. That makes it one of the greenest power grids, globally powering most major cities sustainably. Some of the oldest living trees in Hawaii are the kukui nut trees, which native Hawaiians traditionally used for light. The oil from their nuts burns like a candle, and they're the state tree. Skateboarding officially made its debut as an Olympic sport at the Tokyo 2020 Games, which were held in 2021 due to the pandemic. It featured both street and park disciplines, bringing skating to a massive global audience. Fall Creek Falls State Park in Tennessee boasts Fall Creek Falls, which is actually the highest free-fall waterfall located east of the Rocky Mountains. It plunges an incredible 256 feet, making for an epic sight. When you genuinely laugh, your brain releases a powerful cocktail of endorphins, which are totally natural painkillers and mood boosters. It's like your brain's own built-in happy drug system. New York's Niagara Falls produces so much hydroelectric power that it's been a massive energy source since the late 19th century. The Robert Moses Niagara Power Plant is one of the largest in the US. The legend of the Mothman actually started in Point Pleasant, West Virginia back in 1966. People reported seeing a winged creature with glowing red eyes, totally freaking out the whole town. The concept of fair chase is central to ethical hunting, meaning hunters should not take advantage of animals in situations where they have no chance. The Boone and Crockett Club codified these principles back in 1887. Saturn is so light it would actually float in water. The entire planet is less dense than water, so if you somehow found a bathtub big enough, Saturn would just bob around right on the surface. The fastest red card ever dished out in a professional soccer league match happened in just 2 seconds. Lee Todd was sent off almost instantly for swearing at the referee in a 2000 game. The original Sailor Moon manga had a much darker, more tragic ending than the anime adaptation we all know. Author Naoko Takuchi originally planned for all the Sailor Scouts to die in the final battle. The ancient kingdom of Aksum in Ethiopia around the 4th century CE erected these incredible towering stelae, some over 20 meters tall. They were carved from single pieces of granite and placed upright without any mortar. Australia's legendary Gone train travels a whopping 2979 kilometers on its route from Adelaide all the way up to Darwin. That's a 3-day, 2-night journey right through the outback. The very first message sent over ARPANET, the internet's predecessor, in 1969 was supposed to be Logan. But get this. The system crashed halfway through, so only LO actually made it. Manuel Rodriguez was a famous Chilean lawyer and guerrilla leader during their independence fight, kind of like their version of Robin Hood. He led daring raids against Spanish forces in the early 1800s, becoming a national legend. The colossal squid has the largest eyes of any animal on Earth, measuring up to 27 centimeters across. That's roughly the size of a soccer ball, helping them spot prey in the dim deep-sea light. Christy Walton, who inherited a slice of the Walmart fortune after her husband John Walton passed, was once considered the richest woman in the entire world. She's also a big philanthropist, by the way. You might have heard about Van Halen's infamous no brown M&Ms clause in their contract rider. Turns out it wasn't about candy snobbery, but a crucial test to ensure venues read the entire complex technical rider for safety. Smart move. Modern twin-engine airplanes are certified to fly for hours on just one engine. A Boeing 777, for example, can safely continue for over 3 hours if one engine fails, giving it plenty of time to divert. Maine actually has its very own official state cat breed, the majestic Maine Coon. These gentle giants are known for their massive size, often weighing over 18 pounds. The founder of the modern Olympics, Pierre de Coubertin, loved Olympia, Greece so much that after he died, his heart was actually separated and buried there. That's some serious passion for the games. Only one US. President was actually born in Iowa. That's right. Herbert Hoover was born right there in West Branch, Iowa, making him the state's sole presidential native. Vermont was way ahead of its time, being the first colony to explicitly ban slavery in its constitution back in 1777. This happened a full 86 years before President Lincoln issued the Emancipation Proclamation. Pretty wild, right? China used to have a one-child policy, but they changed it. Now families are officially allowed to have up to 3 children, a major shift announced back in 2021 to address population concerns. Deadpool was actually created as a parody of the DC villain Deathstroke, and get this, their real names are even similar: Wade Wilson and Flade Wilson. He first appeared in New Mutants 98 in February 1991. If you're a fan of Spam, you absolutely have to visit the Spam Museum in Austin, Minnesota. It's a surprisingly fun tribute to the iconic canned meat, complete with interactive exhibits. Mount Hood in Oregon isn't just the state's highest peak, it's also a potentially active volcano covered by 11 named glaciers. Its summit reaches 3,429 meters, dominating the landscape. Sugar Ray Robinson actually retired from boxing for a bit to try a career as an entertainer and tap dancer. No joke, he even performed in Paris and at the Copacabana before coming back to the ring. The iconic Walt Disney spent a significant part of his childhood in Marceline, Missouri. He lived there from age 5 to 9, and many say the small town inspired his vision for Disneyland's Main Street, USA. You might know Helen Keller was deaf and blind, but get this, her incredible journey started right in Tuscumbia, Alabama. It was at her childhood home, Ivy Green, where Anne Sullivan first helped her communicate in 1887. New Zealand's Mount Taranaki is an almost perfectly conical dormant volcano, often compared to Japan's Mount Fuji. It rises majestically to 2,518 meters and is frequently snow-capped. If you enjoyed these, subscribe for daily facts and catch the shorts too.